Hey there, everybody. Gen X Man back with another Tabletop Tuesday. Roll for initiative. It is beautiful out. If y'all haven't had a chance to get out there, get some sunlight, get some fresh air. It'll do you good. Remember to drink your water. Today, we are going to be talking about another of my favorite role playing games from back in the day, from the days of yore. A game that actually pretty much single-handedly got me through the last 2 years of college. We had us a little group going on, and we played through every era using this book, and the six others that I have. I haven't been able to expand on those yet, but it's in the works. Here we go. We got Star Wars role-playing game. This is the second edition. Everybody talks very highly of the first edition. I never owned that, and don't have the money to throw around getting it right now, but it is on the buy list. Comes highly recommended. It's also a very pretty book. But yeah, this is the West End Games D6 system. As we like to say, it's an elegant system from a more civilized age. My particular book is the second edition, fourth printing from November of 1994, which was a couple years about the time I got it. It's a bundle of books given to me by a friend who was going into politics and basically just wanted to purge themselves of their entire identity and devote themselves entirely to that path. And it was a windfall for me, so I was like, okay, thanks. So, yeah. But anyway, why? Why on earth would I want to dig this relic out and play it? Because it's cool. Lucasfilm was so impressed with these source books, they actually sent a box of them to Timothy Zahn when he was writing his Thrawn trilogy, which is excellent. I mean, definitely go out and check that if you haven't. And they told him use these to base his novels on. So that's high endorsement in my book. And in fact, we actually see the first uses of some alien names like Twi'lek or Twi'lek, depending who's pronouncing it, the Rhodian, Quarren, for the first time in these books. And when the game finally met its end, due to the bankruptcy of West End Games, West End Games had produced something like 140 source books and adventures. My goodness, I only own seven, so I have a lot of buying to do. Don't tell the wife. Sadly, the game is gone. West End Games lost their license in '98 when they filed for bankruptcy. License was later picked up by WotC, who also lost it in 2010. And just between you, me, and the wall, thank goodness, it's no longer in WotC's hands. But the main things to love about this system, as I said, is the D6 system. It only uses D6s, and it doesn't use a whole lot of them, but it uses enough to where it pioneered what we consider today the dice pool system. But the things to love about the game's simplicity. This is a lightweight system that keeps the ruling simple and easy, and it keeps the action flowing. So you're just firing off and keep going. It's very cinematic. It's definitely got strong hero villain energy. The character creation can be super fast, getting in the action that much quicker. Another thing to love about it is the wild die. So basically, you have a pool of dice, like you have an attribute that ranges from one to, we'll say, four dice for six-sided. And on top of that, you'll have skill ranks, and one each rank will give you another d6 to roll. So, if you've got two dice in your attribute, there's two d6s, and then you've got two skill points, there's two more d6s. So you're up to four d6s. And what you do is you take one of these six-sideds and you make sure it's a different color, and this is what we call the wild die. And you roll, and you're trying to hit a target number like 5e and so on and so forth, and you add up all these dice, and the wild dice, as long as it rolls between it rolls a 2, 3, 4, or 5, you just count it as normal. If it rolls a 1, there's two rules you can do. You can do the fast and easy one where you just take away the highest rolled dice from the other three dice you had. So let's say you roll a 3, 4, and a 5, and your wild die rolls a 1. Well, then you take away your 5 and the 1, so you'd be left with the 3 and 4 and total up, and it's a 7. like I said, once you visually see it, it's super easy, super fast. The other way you can handle the wild die roll in one is that you get some sort of complication. The DM can rule that maybe you fall on your butt, or something falls on you, or you trip over something, or something misfire. Just get creative with it. And that was fun to break things up. And I mean, if you just want to keep the action moving, you don't want to be bogged down with complications. You say, okay, it just takes off the highest one, and you keep going. But if you want to add some narrative complexity to the dice roll, you can have it have a complication. Now, the other side of it, if the wild die rolls a six, you roll the wild die again, and you keep adding this. You add the six, and then you add whatever's rolled again. If it rolls a six again, you roll it again, and this can just snowball. This is just rolling downhill and just keep going, and you can have some ridiculously high rolls, just hilariously high rolls. It makes for a lot of fun. It makes for a lot of Yahtzee moments, or natty 20, or that kind of thing. And as I said, it's definitely a cinematic system, a strong hero villain energy. And furthermore, one of the things also to love is that I love in particular, the RPG books were adding to the canon. As said before, Zahn used them as reference. We had the first instances of some alien names in them, and so on and so forth. And they were in it. They were so well regarded. They were integrated into the canon of the Star Wars universe. It's fantastic. Oh, we miss you, George Lucas. Also, the books have excellent adventure seeds and ideas in these. You'll have a page full of rulings, and they'll put the little box in saying, like, here's an adventure idea, here's an adventure seed, here's a one-page thing to get an adventure started. It's just full of that stuff. It's excellent. Loved it. Play through it many times. And you can they're so generic, you can reuse them simply by swapping a couple details, or making it just unrecognizable to trick your players, and they're just like, it's like, oh, this is neat, and you're just sitting back like, yeah, we've done it before. You don't remember, but but as stated before, the big thing is this system was the pioneer of the dice pool system, where like I said, you could have your 4d6, or you could have seven of them, or you could, I mean, when you get ridiculous, you get 15 of them, and just throw a big bunch of dice down there, and uh, and performing multiple actions is so much easier because you got your dice pool. And then if you do multiple actions, all you do is take one die away from each pool, depending on how many actions you take. Like one action, there's no penalty. So, but then you say, like, well, I want to run behind this thing and shoot. Okay, well, you got your run pool, and you got your shoot pool, and then you just take one of the six away from that, and then you roll. See how easy it is? It's all sixes. So, you don't need to worry about what dice where, or what ruling, or anything like that. It's super easy, but it's also robust enough to keep you interested. And there's just a visceral joy to tossing a fistful of dice. And I'd say the system probably single-handedly brought about the invention of, those big dice trays like bowls, maybe. But I wanted to cover this system very quickly and give it a shout out and say, like, if you haven't bought a book, you should definitely check this out. Now, there's PDFs online for free. Just go look them up. They're out there. There's tons of them. Because it's been out of print and abandoned pretty much, you can find it for free, just like Marvel's Phaser Rip. And like I said, it is a fast, robust system that is just a joy to play. It's very, very fast, quick, keep you moving. And that's important for the Star Wars universe. That really captures, when the action happens, it's very exciting. And you want your system to reflect that when people are immersed in Star Wars. At least for me. For me, I want to be immersed. Like when the blaster bolts start flying, I want to be like, okay, just. And another thing I wanted to cover today, because on Solo Play Sunday, this Sunday, I will be running a solo play with Star Wars using this system, the D6 system. So definitely tune in for that. You can see a live playthrough, and kind of get an idea of how it runs, how it works. And if you have you want to give any praise, or you have any questions about it, leave a comment. I check the comments all the time and respond as much as I can. And also, just a real quick shout out, we're hours away from Andor season 2, which is the whole reason we're getting on the Star Trek or Star Trek. Oh, that was a faux pas. Dear, sorry. But yeah, we're hours away from Andor season 2. So definitely check that out on Disney Plus if you got it. I will definitely be watching it as soon as possible. Maybe not tonight, but maybe tomorrow morning. We'll see. But that's all I got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it turned you onto a new RPG system that I love. It is robust. Many years of playthrough. That was so fun. But like I said, that's all I got for you guys right now. But I will definitely be back for Saturday and Sunday. Make sure you check in on those videos, and I'll be dying to see you guys' views. Thank you all so much for your hundreds and hundreds of views and likes and comments and subscriptions. Welcome all the new members of the channel. I hope to entertain. I hope you were entertained today. And like I said, it's a nice day. Get out, get some fresh air, get some vitamin D, and get some water in you. Anyway, that's all I got for right now. Have a good one.